when you say that, this is what I'm worried about with my term paper. Is that I'm not trained in the science, and I emailed you that I'm going to come up with some cockamamie philosophy that you're going to say is ridiculous, but I don't know. I don't know science is well enough to say that that's ridiculous. This is what I came up with, because you said come up with your own idea. So if you think eliminativism is crazy, you can see what I come up with.
Nobody is a scientist in this room, in the sense that the cutting-edge research is done. But we do know the basic ideas, even of contemporary sciences. And we know something we believe are not very consistent with it too, right? For example, the belief in ghosts, that's certainly not very consistent with contemporary sciences.
Okay.
You don't have to be you don't have to be a research scientist in order to know, the basic stuff about sciences.
Okay, well, don't laugh at my paper.
Well, the ideas of naturalism came around during a time of the Enlightenment. That Descartes wrote sort of at the threshold of the Age of Reason in the 16th century, and then you have this explosion in sciences in the 18th century, and people writing in Hume and all kinds of people who were talking about science, and it just basically changed, it revolutionized the way people approach philosophy. It changed the relationship of philosophy and science. You can no longer not take into account the sciences. There's a tremendous amount of things happening in terms of the ability of moving a lot more people around the world and seeing different things, encountering different phenomena, figure out ways to survive, on the high seas, and how to communicate and how to synchronize. They would bring the big grandfather clocks across the ocean and couldn't tell time, and how there were so many advances in standardizing time. And in order to standardize time, you have to measure, you have to understand it, you have to have telemetry, all these different things. So it just really changed the relationship of it. So I think, kind of to Mary's point, none of us is a PhD in any kind of science, but you can find in research, reliable sources that will give you some basics, so you can strengthen, verify, or argue what you're coming up with. I would say don't be afraid of the science, but I think you just have to, you can't ignore it.
Yeah, it's a very good point. Actually, from a historical perspective, really, the science had a lot of pragmatical implications. For example, the Chinese, they were very familiar with modern science at all. But eventually today, every Chinese student has learned modern sciences. And government promotes scientific studies and try to win a Nobel Prize someday. Why? Why did they change so dramatically? It really, the pragmatic implication. At least you can see you can't win the war without relying on the sciences. And you can't say depend upon the old weapon, the swords, the arrows, arcs, but rather you have to develop modern weapons. Even atomic, weapons is the best example to show that sciences do play an important role. And also in the material sciences, right? If you don't have any contemporary material sciences, then you see how miserable a person's life could be. So the disease, biotics, the bacteria, the virus. All of these are tremendously important. Chinese have used Chinese medicine for thousands of years, but eventually they picked up, not completely, but almost. And today, almost every major Chinese hospital are Western hospitals in terms of Western medicine. Why? Well, it depends because it works. It really is.
But works for what? I mean, because
Well,
longevity, maybe, but is it the quality of life better? Because that was one of your points in my paper, was that drugs, the medicine, science over philosophy. Who's to say that not fixing our problem up here ourselves creates stronger synapses, more livelier synapses, makes our quality of life better than that drug that science provides to do the same thing?
It's not, you see, there are two different questions. But these two questions, the two issues are not actually, say, in tension. Sometimes they are, but not necessarily, and not always. The one question that the medicine, for example, the primary purpose of the medicine is to treat your disease and to make your body healthy. And the other question you have in mind, whether I have a happy life, I have a meaningful life. These are two different questions.
Well,
they're
but I guess
related.
it's the type of medicine that you're talking about taking. I mean, there's a ton of different medicines, and there's a ton of different ways in which we use Western science, that kind of thing. But I mean, a lot of it is just to make our quality of life better.
Yeah.
So that
Most
is
of
a
them.
sense of qualia or how well our life is.
But in most situations, suppose you suffer from, say, pneumonia, right? It's a very popular disease in early 20th century, and many people died from it. And there's really no cure at the time until people discovered penicillin antibiotics. And now there's very few people die from pneumonia. And that's even in 1930s, 1940s, maybe if you got pneumonia, maybe 50%, 60% people died from it. You wouldn't want to deny that. So
Well, yeah, but there are, I mean, again, natural selection. If we are talking about true
man.
natural, I mean, no, but you bring in, but you start to, you say that the scientist relies on not somebody else designing what has made it this far, but it's natural selection. Your body, again, the body's ability to fight off some of these things that they haven't, yes, because of medical advances, but when you start putting it's not superior to, again, you're making it equivalent to, and I think that's one of the things that our society, and it is a real problem,
I'm not
that our
clear.
society views science as an equal, so that's why they turn to it, and that's why they take the pill as opposed to the philosophy, I guess, or a lot of books refer to it as the psychology part.
Yeah, I don't know. They're really two different issues. First, I try to separate. One thing that you do have a lot of physical disease, and if you don't have medicine, really, the person has to suffer or has to die. And pneumonia, cancer, many other diseases. It's really very, very troubling disease. But today, it's really easy to cure. I do build another information. There's a very famous study by Dr. Semmelweis in Austria in 1870. So it's only about 150 years before. And he studied the mortality rate in the mothers who give birth to a child and who suffer from so-called the child bed fever. And the idea here is that, at the time, even in 1870, and in the best hospital in Europe, the mortality rate for childbirth is almost 10% in some hospitals. That means that, if you have a mother who delivers a child, if you go to the best hospital in Austria, in Vienna, you have a 10% chance of dying. Today, you will close the hospital. Right? It's just impossible. And why? He had two hospitals in comparison. One has 10%, 11% death rate. The other one had only 2.7%. And he tried to find out the difference and trying to find out why and how to resolve the issue. And eventually he found out that it's really bacteria, really they call it the cadaveric matter. It's really the transmission from the